Coach, it just seemed like Charlotte wouldn't go away. Just what would you see? What did you see out of the defense down the stretch, especially with Onyeka getting that huge kind of like pass breakup to kind of stop things in transition?
Yeah, well, the guys on the staff made a great call. We started switching. There was a couple times we weren't up enough and gave up threes, but they were off the dribble threes. But I said anytime you play a team that shoots the ball, as well as they do, and is a high volume 3-point attempt team, especially in a game like that where people are out, guys are loose, and Brandon Miller can obviously really score. So they had a lot of guys that contributed. And as you said, I thought we were tough-minded tonight, and that was as good a win. It maybe not be a win that people talk about the same way another win, but it's every bit as difficult to come in here and win a game like that on a back-to-back after a big win.
And when you look at the second half in particular, it seemed like the bench really kind of found a little bit of footing and settled things down. What did you see out of, particularly Kobe after that big defensive possession he had on Cody Martin?
Yeah, you guys ask me about Kobe's offense all the time, and I've said it, and I'll stay consistent with it. The way that, when you come off the bench, your offense sometimes comes and sometimes doesn't because you don't know how many opportunities you're going to get. But you can always impact the game defensively, and that was a big-time play that he made. I thought that group also, it wasn't just that, that steal, but we dug in. And when that happens, I thought the ball moved on the other end, which is crucial, particularly, again, with a unit like that, everybody's trying to score collectively and trying to help one another get shots, instead of somebody trying to carry us, so to speak.
And you touched on it pregame about just how Trey can impact the game, finding other guys to open things up for assists. But tonight, Jalen, especially in those non-Trey minutes, really kind of helped to get the ball moving.
Yeah, and that's again, that's the key for us. And sometimes it's easier to do when you run, and on a back-to-back, it's harder to run. And then there's plays when they hit shots that can be a little bit deflating. And then you don't run. And when I say run, I mean just get into whatever we're doing quickly and try to have thrust in our offense. And JJ is someone that can do that because he can bring the ball up. He rebounds well. And if he puts early pressure on the defense like that, usually you get, if not a big advantage, you get, an advantage within the possession.
And then talking about the centers tonight, both Quin and Onyeka with double-digit rebounds, they seem to get swarmed kind of whenever they're on the glass there. I mean, what does it say about sort of their strength and ability to kind of play through some of that contact?
Yeah, one of the biggest things is, to your point, particularly when we offensive rebound, sometimes there isn't a great shot available. You always feel like because those guys have worked so hard to get a rebound, you want them to be rewarded. But it's something we've talked about for them to really make that read where they have an angle. Or they can throw the ball back out because they have confidence in their teammates. And I thought both those guys, really, our whole group is getting better at, finding open people. I thought in the first half, particularly if Trey picks up his dribble, we have to really be receivers for him, and then he's got to make sure that, he takes care of it too. So those are just things that involve spacing. Again, there's that special word. But if you're not spaced, it's hard to play together.
Coach, obviously you coached in Europe. At some point you had a European, a Greek assistant coach back in Utah. And you have a pretty big respect about European basketball. You have 3 European players in your team, especially Rishase, who is a rookie and a young guy, and game by game he's getting bigger and bigger role. What do you think these guys, and especially Rishase, can add to your team?
Yeah, well, Fotis Caceres, who was my assistant, did a great job for us. And one of the things about, exposing yourself to the international game and international coaches in particular, Igor Kokoshkov is Serbian, and he's coached, both in the NBA and the EuroLeague, and I have so much respect for international basketball and international coaches that feel like we can really learn from them. And you can see it, the teaching that takes place with a guy like, Bogey, with Veet, and obviously with Zach too. So those guys, they know how to play the game, meaning they make other people better when they're on the court. And that's the biggest thing to me. I like that. I don't care where you're from. Anywhere you want to be from is fine. We don't care about any of that. But to your point, those three guys in particular know how to play, and they help make other people better, and I'm glad we got them.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach.